time, we be pumping on the grind. If it's LJ from Houston, pulling up stats, you'll be pulling in stacks, hitting bookies from the back with no Vaseline. I need green and up see quantities for a fiend, save the dreams for a king. This is H-Town, home of the lean. Astros is the team, and we rock it. We rock Texans for life, you can't stop it. Together like brothers and Becks and Jets.
What's going on, sports fans? Once again, it's your boy LJ from H-Town, and we are in week 12, ladies and gentlemen, of this NFL season. And every week, as I do, I come to you with my best prop bets. See if we can get some cash, see if we can capitalize on this NFL slate today while we watch the NFL slate, ladies and gentlemen. And last week we did a pretty good job. I think we went 8-2 last week on our picks. Let me just verify that. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure should have had this up already. We went 8-3 on props last week, so had a good day. So things worked out for us. So let's see if we can continue the winning ways again today, ladies and gentlemen. I broke down every game for the most part. I didn't do any banners. I'm sorry. It's just too much to talk about. So hopefully y'all can keep up, take notes, write some things down that y'all like and want to dive more into, look at the numbers and see if it correlates with you and what you feel you should invest your money in, because it's all about making money, ladies and gentlemen. We don't do this for fun. We do this for work because we're trying to get paid. Legalized sports betting is the new wave, and we are going to capitalize on it as we do because we're true cappers. Shout out to the chat. My nigga Jimmy Gomez, what's up, fam? Got to get this money. Top of the morning, Jimmy. Always working, trying to get paid. So, let's continue to keep doing what we do, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's dive into this first game. We have the Steelers, divisional game, taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And we already know Joe Burrow is not playing, hurt his hand. So, fortunately, the backup quarterback has to come in and finish the season with the Bengals. I don't have much in this game. Both defenses are pretty much going to be the deciding factor in this game. Pittsburgh can get some pressure on the quarterback. They should have success. If the Bengals can run the ball, they should have some pretty much success. But other than that, I have the Bengals winning the game 21-16. But I don't have any, bets in this game. If you want to look at both field goal kickers, Chris Boswell over 1.5 field goals. He's had 7 field goals the last 4 games. And you can even look at Eric McPherson on the other side, over 1.5 field goals. He's had 6 field goals in his last 4 games. So it may be a back and forth field goal game, low scoring. I would lean under as well, divisional game, but I didn't bet anything in this game. I got enough action today, so we can move on from there. But this game, I do have something on. And it's my hometown team, ladies and gentlemen. And another divisional game, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars coming down here to Houston, Texas, which I will be there later on at the game. But yeah, Jacksonville, Texans, divisional game. Jaguars 3-0 on the road, not counting the London games. If you just stick to the regular schedule, they're 3-0 on the road. Houston, 4-0 at home in their last 4 games. So both of these teams are trending up. And then once you break down this game, I have Houston winning this game 26-22. Very, very close game. I think turnovers will come into factor in this game because the Jaguars are number 1 in takeaways. I believe they have 18 takeaways. So if you make a mistake, they're going to capitalize on your mistakes. You don't want to just give them the ball and give them easy opportunities to score. You want to make Jacksonville work. So for that reason, I believe that if we can keep that offense off the field and make Trevor Lawrence play from behind, have the momentum, sustaining that throughout the game, I feel that we can take care of business today. We already beat Jacksonville earlier in the week, in the season in their house. So now they got to come here. And this is a big divisional game. So if we win this game, we're 2-0 in Jacksonville. So we just got to worry about the Titans beating them, and we can have this division and get into the playoffs, which is something that we never would have expected this year with the Houston Texans. But hey, D'Amico Ryans, he's came and changed the culture of this organization. And I love how our Houston teams have changed the way we view. And now we're not just losers. You're not just going to come in here and just beat up on us. We're going to fight, and we're going to have a chance to win every game. So all that said, I'm on Houston, full disclosure. I'm on the first half, though. They're 8-2 against the spread in the first half. I believe it stays close. That's why I lean under first half as well. Jacksonville is 8-2 to the first half under. So both of those trends correlate to me taking Houston and an under in the first half. But I'm just going to leave the second half, alone. And because, a lot of things happen. You never know what to expect. But I am hoping Houston wins the game is what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to bet it. I'm just going to bet the first half because they keep it close. But other than that, we're here for props. We're not here for picks. We're here for props. So my props in this game, I have 2 props in this game. We're going to start off on my side. The Texans, Dalton Schultz, anytime touchdown. Let me get the live number for y'all just so we'll be accurate. Dalton Schultz, anytime touchdown, plus 190. Just because he's had a touchdown in all the last 4 home games. So the winning streak that they have 4-0, he's had a touchdown in every game at home. So I'm just going to continue to ride that trend. CJ Stroud, I believe he will have 2 touchdown passes. He's been throwing for over 200, almost 300 yards. So I believe that streak continues. So Dalton Schultz, anytime touchdown, plus 190. We're going to go to the other side on Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, over 4.5 receptions. I believe it's now at minus 140, minus 135, somewhere around there. It's pretty juiced, but it's juiced for a reason because the Texans allow the most receptions to the tight end. They've had 5+ tight ends to get this number, at least 5 receptions on them. So that's just something that they give up, not necessarily to say that causes them to lose games, but it's just a position that they can't defend. And if they continue to keep allowing these tight ends to catch these catches, because I guess you can't catch us over the top. So you have to catch us within the margins and, get with inside the field to see if you can get zone, receptions. So Evan Ingram, get into our zone, 4.5 receptions. I believe he'll catch that. He's hit the number 7 out of his 10 games, and he had 7 receptions and 67 yards versus us when we beat them earlier in the season. So something just to continue to ride. So Evan Ingram, over 4.5 receptions, and we're on Dalton Schultz, anytime touchdown in this Texans, winning over Jacksonville today. Let's move on to this one. Tampa Bay, going down to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Colts are coming off a bye, I believe. Tampa Bay is coming off a horrible loss versus the San Francisco 49ers. And speaking of that, we saw that Brandon Ayuk had 156, 5 receptions for 156 on that Tampa Bay defense last week. So we're going to continue to take advantage of that Tampa Bay's pass defense, and we're going to jump on Pittman. I'm sorry. I don't know his first name. Michael Pittman Jr. That's his name. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Michael Pittman Jr. Over 69.5 receiving yards. He's hit this number 3 out of the last 5 games. And I just mentioned that these quarterbacks have shredded the Tampa Bay's defense. Brandon Ayuk just had 156. When they played us, was that a couple weeks ago? We had 3 receivers to score a touchdown, over 100 yards. So, St. Brown 124, AJ Brown 131. So Tampa Bay's pass defense is very, 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 very suspect. And I believe that Michael Pittman Jr. can take advantage of that today. So I'm going to make that official for the show. Michael Pittman Jr. over 69.5 receiving yards over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers today. And full disclosure, I have the Colts winning the game 23-21. Just because I just believe the run game will be established today. Time of possession. And I like the fact that they have that 2-headed monster, Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss. So I believe they'll take advantage of home. Make Baker Mayfield work, make him make a mistake, cause an interception, turnovers. He had 4 turnovers in his last 3 games. So, but the defense of Tampa Bay is pretty, decent. They don't pretty much give up a lot of yards, 20 points, last 3 games. So we'll see what happens. But on my prop, Michael Pittman Jr. over 69.5 receiving yards for the Colts. Let's move over to this game, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Saints, another divisional game, going to the Dirty Birds of the ATL, Atlanta Falcons. So, when I broke down this game, I see that the advantage is that Atlanta have with the tight ends position because the Saints allow the most touchdowns to the tight end. K. Cotton, Dalton Schultz, OG Tree for the Colts, I believe is his name. Komet for the Bears. TJ Hawkinson, I think just last time they played, scored a touchdown. So what's that? 5 different tight ends have scored a touchdown on the Saints defense. So we're going to go with Kyle Pitts, ladies and gentlemen. Anytime touchdown today. Let's see where it's at just to be accurate. I just want to make sure that we have the accurate numbers. Atlanta Falcons. Here we go. We have Kyle Pitts Jr. plus 350, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to make that official simply because of all the tight ends that have caught a touchdown on the Saints. And I believe that the Falcons should be looking for him today. I think that's the only true weapon besides B.J. Robinson that they have. And Tyler Heinicke's the quarterback, which I think is much better than Desmond Ridder. Now, speaking of Tyler Heinicke, I wouldn't mind you looking at his interception, over half an interception, just because the Saints cause interceptions. I think they're number 2 in the NFL in causing interceptions. And they've had the quarterback to throw an interception 4 out of the last 5 road games. So their defense is hobbling, though. I think Lattimore's still out. But if they can put some pressure on Heinicke, make him make a mistake, he should throw an interception. So I'm just making that as a lean. I'm not making that official for the show. But just look at Heinicke. Over half an interception on that Saints defense. Maybe a sharp look. But other than that, I'm making Kyle Pitts official. Anytime touchdown plus 350. That's a good number. I know Wham will love that, once I talk about that on his show. And I will lean Saints first half as well, just because Atlanta is 2-8 against the spread in the first half. So Saints lean first half, but we're making it official. Kyle Pitts, anytime touchdown for the Atlanta Falcons. New England and the Giants, ladies and gentlemen, don't have much on this one. I mean, I got Ramon Stevenson anytime touchdown just because the Giants allow the most rushing touchdowns in the league, but it's nothing I wanted to invest in. Both of these teams are horrible. They don't even score over 15 points a game. So the under 33.5, that's a low number, but I wouldn't be surprised if that hit. I'm not going to take it, but Giants at home, they pretty much lean to under totals. I think that's been going on for like 3 or 4 years. When the Giants are at home, the total goes under. So, yeah, under 33.5 is a strong lean. And who knows who wins this game. Both these teams are trash. They're ranked 31st and 32nd in points scored in the league. So, no need to talk about that game. Let's move on to this one. Carolina and Tennessee. And when I broke down this game, where is that? I broke down this game. We have Derrick Henry over 73.5 rushing yards minus 114. And we're also going to take Derrick Henry's anytime touchdown. And let me just get the accurate number to see where his touchdown is at. Carolina, Tennessee. Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown, plus 100. Good number. Even money, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go and jump on and make it official. Just because Carolina has allowed 9 running backs to score a touchdown, allowing 146 rushing yards on the road. You can pretty much run on Carolina's defense. And that's pretty much all the Titans have besides their field goal kicker, So I don't see how Vrabel's going to have an offense, anything different than what he has the advantage of. And that's to just let Derrick Henry run on his defense, wear him down, tire him out. I believe that the Titans control the game. I have them winning the game 18-15, by a field goal. It may be a walk-off, but other than that, I think Derrick Henry will be very, very effective today. So if you have fantasy, put him in your fantasy. Take his over 73.5 rushing yards And we're going to take his touchdown plus 100. Derrick Henry just pretty much dominates the Carolina Panthers today, in my opinion. So that's our prop for that one. Let's move on to this one. We have the Rams, another divisional game, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And we do know Kyler Murray has come back to that lineup. Makes them a little bit different. He's more dynamic. It's hard to catch Kyler Murray. He's very fast. So as long as you have that speed in that lineup, you always have a chance to win. He just has to make sure he doesn't make mistakes and throws interceptions. But other than that, when I broke down this game, I see that the Arizona Cardinals allowed the running back to score a touchdown 8 out of their last 10 games. Devin Singletary scored a touchdown last week when we played them. So there's no reason for me to jump off of this. Kyren Williams is coming back to that lineup today with the Rams. I believe they need him desperately. And we're just going to take his anytime touchdown. And just to make it, the accurate number, we're going to make it official right here. Rams, Arizona. Kyren Williams, anytime touchdown. It's buffing right now. Maybe he's trying to get the data. But yeah, like I mentioned, Arizona, they give up a lot of rushing yards. They've given up the touchdown. Kyren Williams, minus 126. Easy cash, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that will cash. Just because you can tell when the numbers are right there in the middle, you put 20 on 100. So yeah, minus 126, I said. Yes, that is our official bet for Kyren Williams to get an anytime touchdown today. But I believe the Cardinals stay in this game and possibly win it. I have them winning 18-17 by 1 point, just because they're better at home scoring and running the ball. So if they can establish a run game, I think they can control time of possession and keep the Rams off the field offensively. But the turnovers, they've had 6 turnovers in the last 3 games. They have to keep those turnovers down. Kyler Murray cannot turn the ball over. Now, speaking of Kyler, his rushing prop is a good look as well, because he likes to scramble, get out the pocket, and try to make plays, as we know. So I am going to do something. Let me look at his number just to see right now. Kyler Murray, rushing yards, because I'm going to parlay that with something later that I'm going to talk about. Kyler Murray, over 36.5 rushing yards, minus 108. Yes, I'm going to take that. I'm going to parlay that with the prop I'm going to talk about in a minute. Kyler Murray over 36.5, minus 108 rush yards. Yes, that's going to be parlayed with something else. But I am making Kyren Williams official. And another lean, of course, Matt Prater, the field goal kicker for the Arizona Cardinals, over 1.5 field goals. I believe he catches that as well, because the Rams have allowed the opposing field goal kicker to get 1.5 field goals 8 out of the 10 games that they've played. So I believe that continues to keep hitting as well. Prater is a very good field goal kicker. He can kick a 60-yarder if he has to, especially to win a game. So, hey, we can jump on Matt Prater as well. Over 1.5 field goals, and Kyren Williams over the Rams, anytime touchdown, are my 2 official props in this game. And I have another one pending when we talk about another prop earlier. And not to mention, I'm very strongly in the Cardinals will be in this game. I'm going to take the points for sure, but I do believe they're going to win the game. If it's points up, I don't even know. I think it's even money. I don't know. We'll see. But moving on to the next game, we have the Browns taking on the Denver Broncos, ladies and gentlemen. And we do know that the Browns have their third-string quarterback in, I believe. But he won last week. So, hey, he did a good job. He's very resilient. And, he won the game. So, Browns going on the road. Take on Russell Wilson. And, of course, I have the Browns winning 24-22. Very, very close game. They have all the advantages offensively. Running the ball is what they do normally. Time of possession is very interesting. They're number 1, 34 minutes time of possession, you can say. So they run the ball. They wear you down. They control the clock. Now, I have a prop in this game as well that I'm going to parlay with something else in that same game that we're going to talk about later. But when we break these down, first of all, let's start off with the Broncos. The Broncos allow the most receiving yards to the tight end. So David Nakuya for the Cleveland Browns. His number is over 39.5 receiving yards. He's hit 50 plus 4 out of the last 5 games. And the Broncos. Well, no. That's wrong. That's somebody else in this game. But David Nakuya, over 39.5 receiving yards, is a strong look. Like I say, he's had 50 plus 4 out of the last 5 games. Now, what I was going to say was Courtland Sutton on the other side, Denver Broncos. He's had a touchdown 8 out of his last 10 games. I believe he's had a touchdown in 5 straight games. I believe. You can fact check for me, but I do believe Courtland Sutton's had a touchdown in 5 straight games. So you can look at his touchdown because the Browns allow the receiver to score a touchdown in every road game. So at least one receiver scored a touchdown in every road game that the Browns have played. So that's another active trend today that could cash. But I have 2 officials on this one. I'm going to take the Browns field goal kicker, Dustin Hopkins, over 1.5 field goal. Simply because he's had 26 made field goals on the year, which is number 1 in the NFL. He's averaging 2.5 field goals a game, averaging 3 field goals made on the road, averaging 3 field goals the last 2 weeks. So, not to mention, the Broncos have allowed 4 out of the last 6 field goal kickers to kick 1.5 field goal kicks at home. So 4 of them have kicked over 1.5 field goals in Denver. So I believe that trend continues simply because you have the number 1 field goal kicker coming into your stadium today. Dustin Hopkins, over 1.5 field goals for the Cleveland Browns. And I have Myles Garrett, over a half a sack. You can ladder it up to 1.5. I believe he has 2. Just because Russell Wilson has been sacked in every single game at least one time. And this is a trend that goes back to last year, I believe. So if you look that up, he's been sacked in every single game, at least once. So Myles Garrett, we already know, ferocious pass rush. Cleveland's defense is outstanding when it comes to the pass defense. So I don't see how Russell Wilson is going to be able to pass on that defense today. He may get lucky once or twice, but for a game, it's going to be difficult for him. So I'm thinking Myles Garrett is going to be hunting him down, and he's going to have a sack on Russell Wilson today. So Myles Garrett, over half a sack. And we're going to be on Dustin Hopkins, over 1.5 field goals in those games. Now, we're going to move on to this game, too, because I have it parlayed with something. Kansas City taking on the Raiders. Another divisional game, ladies and gentlemen. Kansas City's coming off a loss to the Eagles. And I think it was a bad loss just because their receivers cannot catch the ball. I don't know what else Patrick Mahomes can do besides run the ball, which I am on his rush prop. Patrick Mahomes over 21.5 rush yards. He's hit the number 8 out of 10 games he's played this year. And I have that parlayed with Kyler Murray's over 33.5 rush yards, I believe the number was. So we're going to parlay those 2 together. But I'm going to take them singly as well, just because Patrick Mahomes has been cashing this rush prop. He's probably going to have to rush out the pocket. You know, Matt Crosby and those guys coming at you. You know, he's going to have to scramble, make some room to find some angles to throw, and possibly run for the first down like he usually does. That's why he's been cashing this rush prop. So it's pretty low. 21.5. I believe he gets that for sure. And I am on Chris Jones over half a sack. And I'm going to parlay that with Myles Garrett's over half a sack. That should get you some good plus money. So those are the 2 parlays that I'm going to take in these 2 games. But I don't know who wins this game, to be honest with you. I have this game tied 18-18. So it could go in overtime and it could be a walk-off field goal. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I also have wrote down that what else did I have wrote down in this one? Yeah, that's just it. Chris Jones sacked 6 out of the 8 games. Raiders have allowed the quarterback. That's what I wanted to mention about Patrick Mahomes, over 21.5 rush yards. The Raiders have allowed 4 quarterbacks to get this rush prop. Justin Herbert had 27. Jordan Love had 37. Zach Wilson, of all people, had 54. and Tyson Baggett for the Bears, 24 rushing yards. So Patrick Mahomes should get this, and that's why I'm going to invest in it. I've been investing in it pretty much all week, all year, and he's hit it 8 out of 10 games. So why jump off now? So Patrick Mahomes rushing yards over 21.5 rush, and we on Chris Jones over half a sack in that game. And not to mention the parlay. We parlay to Chris Jones with the Myles Garrett sack. We're going to parlay Patrick Mahomes rush yards with Kyler Murray's rush yards. And we're going to get us some nice plus money on those guys. All right, let's move on to this one. We have Buffalo taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles coming off a big win last Monday night versus Chiefs. And I have them winning this game 29-24 just because of how strong the Eagles are at home. They're a huge home favorite, and they're a home favorite for a reason. They play well at home. And all the offensive numbers point to them for the most part, besides passing, just because Josh Allen passes the ball a lot more than just Jalen Hurts. And he puts it in danger more than Jalen Hurts, too, for the most part. 7 turnovers in the last 3 games for Buffalo. And that's why I'm not going to take them to win. I got Philadelphia winning this game 29-24. But props in this game, I'm just going to keep it traditional. I'm not going to get too cute. Both of these running backs like to rush the ball. So why not take their anytime touchdown? So we have Josh Allen, anytime touchdown. We're going to make the number official at Josh Allen, anytime touchdown. They have it at, if I can find it, Josh Allen, anytime touchdown. Plus 170. We're going to take that. Just because he's had a rushing touchdown 7 out of his 9 games played. And we're also going to take Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. Minus 143. It's juiced. And I see why. Because they say he's going to get it. Because he's had 7 out of his last 10 games. He's had a rushing touchdown. That's what Jalen Hurts does. He runs the ball in. Goal line, don't matter. He's looking to get into that end zone. So minus 143 is a very, very high indication that he's going to get this touchdown. So why not just parlay it with Josh Allen's rushing touchdown and get you some nice plus money? But other than that, I think the Eagles win. Don't want to get too cute just because Josh Allen turns the ball over a lot. So when you turn the ball over a lot, can't trust you. So he has a new offensive coordinator as well. So we don't know what to expect. But other than that, parlay the 2 quarterbacks, man, rushing touchdown, and go and get you some money. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to this. We have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert. Nice little matchup here. And I have this game very close as well. I have Baltimore winning the game 28-27. Very, very close. I see the advantages of Baltimore running, Chargers passing. What is going to prevail? That's going to be the clash right there. We already know Baltimore's defense is immaculate, giving up under 16.5 points. This is crazy. You only getting 16 points on the Ravens defense. Wow. So how the Chargers going to score today? I don't know. Keenan Allen has been performing very well for Herbert, but it's going to be hard because the Ravens defense is lights out. Sacks, 13 sacks in the last 3 games. So they coming at you relentlessly. But Chargers have 17 sacks in their 11 sacks, 17 quarterback hits their last 3 games. So their defense has been performing as well. But I believe that Bosa is out now. So that's going to be a huge blow for them. But other than that, we're here for props. And I got Gus Edwards, anytime touchdown, wrote down for this game. And let's just make it official. Like a whistle. Gus Edwards, plus 100, even money, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go and make that official. Just because he's had a touchdown in 5 straight games, ladies and gentlemen. 9 touchdowns overall in those 5 games. So he's had multiple ones. But 5 straight games, he's had at least 1 touchdown. And the Chargers allowed 12 rushing touchdowns, 6 out of the last 4 games to the running back. Easy cap for me. Just going to stay on what's been working. We do know the Ravens love to run the ball, and I believe they're going to pound it on the Chargers defense. And when they get into the red zone, which they have been 6 of 9, 7 of 12 their last 3 games. So they get into the red zone. So I believe Gus Edwards will have a lot of opportunities to score a touchdown on this Chargers defense. So the Chargers pass defense is horrible as well, but I don't know what to expect for Lamar Jackson passing today. He may can pass, he may not. Also, Isaiah Likely, the tight end. Mark Andrews is hurt now. So he's going to get more targets as well, opportunities. So you can look at Isaiah Likely, the tight end for the Ravens as well, but I'm just going to stick to Gus Edwards, anytime touchdown, simply because it's been cashing the last 5 games, at least once. He gets multiple. Let's continue the streak today and jump on Gus Edwards anytime touchdown. And not to mention, I'm on Baltimore first quarter because they're 9-2 against the spread in the first quarter. So that's what we're going to do. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have Monday Night Football. We have the Bears taking on Minnesota. Don't have too much in this one. I did some notes on this one, and I have the running back, I believe, for the Vikings. Alexander Madison. That's his name. Over 9.5 receiving yards. He's had 28 receiving yards the last game versus the Bears, and the Bears allowed the most receiving yards to the running back. So that's going to be my play for that one, but I'm just going to focus on that Monday night. We're talking about Sunday today. So as you do know, those are all the games. So if I want to run them back, I'm going to run them back up to y'all. So hopefully y'all write them down, take notes, and let's see if it's some things that y'all like today. So we're going to start off backwards with Baltimore and the Chargers. We're going to take Gus Edwards, anytime touchdown, plus 100. 5 straight games, he's had at least 1 touchdown. So let's continue that streak. Bills and Eagles, we're going to take Josh Allen, rushing touchdown, and we're going to take Jalen Hurts' anytime touchdown. You can parlay him if you want to, or you can take him singly. I believe you should parlay him because Jalen Hurts is juiced to minus 143. So why don't you parlay both of them and get you some good, nice plus money. Chiefs and Raiders, we're going to take Patrick Mahomes over 21.5 rush yards. And we're going to take Chris Jones over half a sack in that game. Browns and Broncos, we have Myles Garrett over half a sack, which is parlayed with Chris Jones half a sack if you choose to get some plus money. And we're going to take the Browns field goal kicker, Dustin Hopkins, over 1.5 field goals because he has 26 made, which is number 1 in the NFL. And a strong lean to David Njoku over 39.5 receiving yards, simply because he's had 50 plus 4 out of the last 5 games. But it's a strong lean, not official. Let's jump back over here. The Rams in Arizona, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take Kyrie Williams, anytime touchdown. And we're going to take Matt Prater over 1.5 field goals in this game. And we're going to parlay Kyler Murray's over 36.5 rush yards with Patrick Mahomes over 21.5 rush yards. That should get you some plus money as well. Carolina and the Titans. Derrick Henry, ladies and gentlemen, heavy dose today. Fantasy, rushing yards, 73.5. And we're going to take his anytime touchdown. Carolina allows the most rushing touchdowns to the running back, 146 rushing yards on the road, which is bottom 3 in the NFL. Take advantage today, Derrick Henry. We have New England and the Giants. I didn't have an official on that one. Ramon Stevens, anytime touchdown, could be a lean because the Giants give up the running touchdown, but didn't have no play in that one. Saints in Atlanta, Kyle Pitts, anytime touchdown, making that official, and had a strong lead to Tyler Heineke's over half an interception just because the Saints has caused the interception 4 out of the last 5 games on the road. Tampa Bay and the Colts, Michael Pittman Jr., over 69.5 receiving yards. He's hit this number 3 out of his last 5 games. Tampa Bay gives up the second most yards to the receiver. 9 receivers has hit 69.5 receiving yards. So I believe that's an easy cash right there. We're going to my team, Texans, Jacksonville today. Dalton Schultz, anytime touchdown. He's had a touchdown the last 4 home games. And on the other side, Evan Ingram, over 4.5 receptions for Jacksonville because he's hit this number 7 out of 10 games. And he had 7 receptions on us the last game we played them. So, and also Pittsburgh and the Bengals, right? I'm leaning both of their field goals to get over 1.5, so you can do a same game parlay with their field goal kickers, but didn't make that official. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the show. Ran down the whole card to you. Let's get to the chat before we get out of here. My man, Global Eli, what's going on? Have a good time at the game, LJ. I will, sir. Rooting for those Texans, baby. Let's go. Jimmy Gomez, let's go. You leading Houston too, man. Let's get it. First half, though, Jimmy. You know, we play good in the first half. So look at the numbers first half to see what you like. I can't say that. Venezuela. Vargas, what's going on, my guy? I don't speak that language. Parlay, he say. Well, hey, keep the parlays, my guy. Keep them coming. Young Char, what's up, LJ? Let's get this cash. I need an early pickup today. Hey, Texans, first half over Jacksonville, my guy. We're going to keep it close, and I believe we're going to pull it off today and take a stronghold on that division, ladies and gentlemen. So that's it. Thank y'all for joining. As always, LJ from H-Town. Y'all can follow me right there. That's scrolling across the screen at LJ Sports Media on Twitter, or like people like to say today, X. I don't call it X. I call it Twitter still. But you can find me over there. You can find me on Facebook, LJ from Houston. Just type that in. You can find me over there. LJ from Houston on YouTube, as we're watching right now, RaWordzPodcast. Streaming right now. Go subscribe, follow me, because I like to give out plays that people can research and try to get some money. If you're into this sports betting, there's ways to get paid. You don't always have to take a side. You always don't have to take the team. You can find different things inside the game to get in and get out. So until then, next week, I will be back week 13 with my props. But until then, like I said, I don't know if Wham's doing the show right now, but I'm going to jump on Trot Wham if he's doing a Sunday show. Let me check to see if my man on right now. Oh, yeah, he about to come on at 8:40. So, yeah, we about to get it popping off right now. So go over to Who Bangin' Sports on YouTube, Trot Wham, Wham Talk. We about to break down some more plays, things we like today in the NFL. So y'all going over there. Follow us over there, man. But until then, LJ from H-Town, RaWordzPodcast. I will see y'all next week.
Yeah, R-A-W, words being served, no concern and no trouble to get that dough. Money on my mind, if it's money all the time, we be pumping on the grind. If it's LJ from Houston, pulling up stats, you'll be pulling in stacks, hitting bookies from the back with no Vaseline. I need green and upsy quantities for a fiend, save the dreams for a king. This is H-Town, home of the lean. Astros is the team and we rock it. We rock Texans for life, you can't stop it. Together like brothers and vets, inject cash in your pockets.